Here we go. All right. All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia. It's the first day of the quarter. It's the first Monday of April. Okay. So still, as we're pushing higher at the hell of a close, uh, I'm not doing much this Monday morning. It's basically the beginning of the week is our routine. If it called for it, certainly I would be in there. Listen, the obvious trade is everybody try to short. The end of the quarter run up today, they got down a little bit. They ran up to some news out there, but it's stock picking. So I'm just going to really get to the routine and not go through many specific trades. I'm not really doing as many trades. I was actually in this low floater NOGM that I had a lot of shares of that I've been working the order, just like the old days when I'm watching bids and ask and I'm throwing orders out. I wish I had the video on how I worked this. I worked it pretty well. All right, so I'm going to sign it to TradeGATEHub as the same as everybody else. I will submit my preferences. That means I like money. Okay, Coach's 9:30 video, which is already posted, I'm sure. I'm going to go and watch his 9:30 video at our YouTube channel, red YouTube button. Coach already got 68 views, this bastard, huh? He really gets a lot of good views, Coach. Good job, Coach. Bravo. One of the only other room that I'm in doesn't even get that many views. And so, it's one of my bread and butter. It's the only other room I'm in. Bravo, Coach, really. Okay. And why am I yawning on a Monday morning already? Is it because of this? Posting data from last night into this morning and really devising a plan. As I always do. It's nothing different than any other Monday. All right, so here we are. Good morning. That's my sign on. Good evening. Happy start of the eve. Okay, all posts you should have gone through this morning. Like I was telling the TradeView Markets room this morning when I was humble enough to give the meeting. I'm trying to start with the outside data. You know what I mean? The bigger data, than really concentrate on specific trades. So there are her leads charts. Pardon me, self-explanatory as they could get. The dollar, I'm sure Coach wrote it, but it's a clean trade, the same as the Q trade. You know what I mean? There's a chart on the Q. Is this clean? It's either 330 or in the range. I like range trading because when you're bottom of the range, you can have I like range trading. Don't get me wrong. I'm not really that breakout trader that just buys the stock with an 80% RSI and keeps going higher. I digress. Insiders favorable. Here's a chart in the SPX favorable on tech. Listen, again, I'm not sure if the theme has always been the Bears have been arguing on fundamentals, and the Bulls have been battling back with technicals. Now, who has the bigger the pull here? The technicals are winning over the fundamental bearish stance, including the banking crisis. Now, I understand that most of the mega caps have really gone up. Oil's helping the market today. But April is historically the strongest month. What's going on here? Do you know what they say with you yawn, you're lacking air? I don't know if I'm lacking air here. My freaking wife probably shut it off. All right, NASDAQ continues hooking up now. These are tools that you should be always using. Like I was telling the TradeView meeting again, sometimes I don't have the best tools. I just know how to use the tools that I have the best. So this is one of my tools. IPO leaders, just saying what Larry said, another guest that we've had incredibly. SPY, listen, these are clean trades. Keep an eye on the SPYs. Keep an eye on the Qs if you believe in the Fibonacci. Back to the, where is that? And what, whoa. Hold on a second. Let me go back here. Why can't I read that? So I need new glasses. Typical. Where was that SPY chart? The Qs, they're going to where? All right, 330. That's 330 there. I apologize. So Qs 330. I'm keeping in mind. Okay, now it's difficult for the short. It's almost in short-term purgatory. Is how I'll put it. SPYs, Qs. All right, it's a perfect example. The SPYs are exactly 15% away from the all-time highs, and they're also 15% away from the October lows. WWE, take under, can't stand it. This is what I really call halftime within what I post. Watch Mike Santoli's videos and other ones, walk back this morning, try to get refreshed to what's going on. I take a break. Then This is important. 2 NASDAQ stocks are responsible for 40% of the NASDAQ. 7 stocks are responsible for 90% of the gains. There are 3,000 stocks in the NASDAQ. It's incredible. NASDAQ 100, flat over 2 years. Okay, let's get more into this. There's the economic calendar. If you miss it, pin it, tweet it, whatever you have to do, or double click it and, save it. There's the numbers. Earnings are not really important. What am I interested in? I want to point out something. I'm not really interested in any earnings here. SGH. I like that SGH, man. That thing rips. Levi's. Nope. Events. All right. These are how all the assets performed year to date and the quarter. So, that's it. All right. More specifically, as I said, as I get more, that was the movement oil. Now, short-term sentiment as of Friday's close. This is the most overbought we've been in some time. Crude certainly didn't help the situation, although crude did help the rotation as techs pulled back a little bit. So short-term, we're hot. Long-term, we're still underfunded. There's still cash. Goldman's very light as they should been, as they have been. Credit default swaps, remarkably, with the banking crisis, if you will. I guess it's not a crisis. Have actually gone down. Fear, greed is mixed in the neutral category, stock picking. Once again, as I started to post this, I started to take on what's actually really going on more like consciously. Maybe I trade by the subconscious or innately, I don't know. But then I started reading what Goldman's conversations having with clients. I posted a couple of more research from the street, sector sentiment, hedge fund exposure. They don't know what to do. And the bottom line is Friday, the move is, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, I am yawning. All right. Shorted some APA. That was a nice trade. Rum, I'm in it. All right. Noggin, that's my big winner. It's up 300%. I did sell some at 10. It's probably halted to the downside now, but I'm at 80% of it, whatever. Coin was a good trade, Coach. Bravo on that one. He walked you through it all week of a coin short. KC. You know what, Lewis? I would have to say there, when they go up, you never have enough. But when they're going into year lows, you have a lot of them. Same with DAO. And now I was down just like a rum. I'm down in rum, I have a lot of shares. If I was up in rum, I wouldn't have that many. DAO, same thing. I have a little bit left, not to even mention. As a matter of fact, I'm embarrassed. But the calls were going in, and a couple of those Chinese boutique stocks like KC were running, and DAO was doing the same thing. ISM came in. MU was a good short. Lewis got downgraded to Bernstein. Macy's a executive shakeup, and the rest. Paul, thank you for posting, being back. Hope mom's okay. TJ, always posting in the morning. We appreciate you coming in. Where's Joe? But we don't know. But I'll leave it with that. So what's going on as of now? All right, let me get out of this thing. TradeGATEHub. I got 15 TradeGATEHubs going on. Stock scanner. Let's go to the wise guys, because that's the most important thing. Lots of bulls chasing the fourth day up. This guy's sharp. Jason, by the way, he's a part of Options Hawk. Options, smart guy. I just started him. Lots of bulls are chasing the fourth day up over crazy vertical move. Need to pause. They do. Ooh, CRISPR. All right, we're in the CRISPR. Let's see how that acts. CRISPR in. A lot of people are confusing CRISPR mission with a potential approval months from now. We will not see an answer until July. That's fine. I knew that about CRISPR. Why? Because it's a position that I hold and I do my homework. U.S. stocks extend fall. NASDAQ down 1% as I'm starting this. All right, no problem. No problem. Let's see if the wise guys are backing this little NASDAQ pullback. That's what really matters. Is that Jesus? Flo Jesus. Morning trade via Goldman. I'll run that. I'll post it. MCRBs, my micro float. I know it. XLE bearish. That's okay. They want to take some profits. April puts. Short-term bears on the oils. Not really. Google. Short-term. Not interested. Tesla. June puts. This morning's bullish activity. Upticks and spreads. Mostly cheap. Not a whole lot out there, and aggressive sweep buying. All right. So they're playing in some individual stocks. This is basically retail amateur hour, the fourth day up after the end of the quarter run up. The market's been open for what, an hour and a half and change? You know what I mean? Take a step back. You know what I mean? Wait, coin, NEM bearish. Flow of P-Rod gave us, he liked the fade in the P-Rod, the square, breaking down again. P-Rod like to fade in the golds. I didn't look at what the golds are doing. There's the chart on Square. I mean, you know what? See that Square chart? And I almost posted it this morning, but I didn't want to influence. But you can determine how you want. Where's the insiders on Trend Spider? I want you to see this. It's almost like Walmart. About Square. Square. It ain't fair, Square. It'll come up because it's insider selling. Square, it should be. Square. The other day, Square has no shortage of insiders surrounding the Hindenburg report. So that everybody's selling. Who's this freaking guy? Square lead. Counsel. The lawyers are selling. The CFO's selling. What a putz. What a piker. Hang in there, man. But anyway, that gets down to the Square chart. You got to be aware of it. So they're not doing much, are they? They're not doing much. Not a lot of sweeper flow. Walter Deemer. Let's get the news. Look at let's finish here. I'm doing more positioning now. That, like I said, the trades are over. I'm afraid most of the trades are over. Stock scanner. Look what's up on the day and down to the day. Up high in relative volume. FRBK, not interested. The dollar. VNet has news with Apple. A 10-day high, $3 stock. Not interested. Tech, I'm interested. Cano, ain't news. ISCE, this thing. KC, I mentioned. BBAY, Halliburton, 1 day up. OVV, I was the only one in the country buying that thing at one point. What's breaking high today? Right now. What's at the new high? New highs and new lows at this time of the day is important. CPRX, I have it written down right here. Fucking bastard. The second one. Oh, it's not even up that much, but it's at the high of the day. That's good. CPRX, I want to buy. EOG, Oxy, KC, oils are at the high of the day. Win, acting well. Viking Therapeutics, bounce. Oracle still holding well. What's moving down in the day? New lows on the day. Should be NASDAQ related from what I understand. Twister. Edit. INO, Laser, Nikola. Nothing sexy. I don't see any Apples or Googles. Breakdown on the range. Let's look what breakdown on the day. Let's go by time. NXT, LUV, couple airlines, big deal. Etsy. All right, that's interesting. Etsy's down 5. Any volume? Etsy has almost 100% volume. I'm interested. See the volume? Now, if you also want to do it, go relative volume. What has the best volume? It's near the low. UAL, Billy, 1 day wonder. Zim, I sold that on Friday. Thank God. How much is that down? 75 cents, 71 cents. Fizzler got downgraded. See the best of breed Fizzler acts down day, pin action. So, there's any questions? You guys know the routine. It's very familiar. I'll be in the room. I always am. I love when people participate and communicate amongst themselves. That's how you really learn instead of me leading. All ideas, comments, and questions welcome. Remember, it's a long week. Plans and the schedule on TGH Stocks Indices Room. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the red YouTube channel for TradeGATEHub. I'm going to go watch Coach's Back 9:30 video. When I'm done with that, I'm going to get my list just like here, and I'm going to go with stocks of list up and down with good volume, range, and price action. Go to their relative charts, narrow down some situations, maybe a squares on there. But that's what my routine for the rest of the day until things maybe speed up a little bit, or this 4th day up seems to maybe just cool off a bunch. I actually hope they finish 5th day up. 5th day up is juicy. It's almost 5th day up is juicier than 3rd day up, because 5th day up means they're getting a little bit euphoric, predicated upon volume. So like I said, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for everybody for sharing.